We spend a lot of time thinking about cosmic threats, things like giant asteroids or wandering black holes. But what if the biggest threat wasn't something coming into our universe, but the universe itself just starting over? Today, we're diving into a complete cosmic reset. Yeah, the ultimate what if. So let's just put the question right out there that's not beat around the bush. What if the Big Bang wasn't a one-time deal? Not some ancient history event from 13.8 billion years ago? What if it could happen again? Say, tomorrow. And look, this isn't just about a big explosion in the sky. It's about being thrown into a reality so fundamentally bizarre, so completely beyond our comprehension, that the very bedrock of existence, the laws of nature, they don't just break, they start to melt away. We're calling this the ultimate what if for a reason, because it forces us to question everything we assume about our own existence. And this isn't just some fun science fiction scenario. It's a really deep thought experiment about what reality is actually made of. Okay, so quick refresher, just so we're all on the same page. The Big Bang. We all know it as the starting pistol of our universe, right? That one single moment when everything, space, time, you, me, all of it, burst into being from this impossibly tiny, hot, dense point. And this is where it gets a little too close for comfort. We're going to take that ancient event and just drop it right on our doorstep. Seriously, just imagine. You wake up tomorrow morning and the universe has just decided, you know what? Time for a do-over. All right, so if this cosmic reset button gets pushed, what's the first thing to go? You might think it's the planets or the stars, right? Nope. It's the rules themselves. The fundamental operating system of the entire cosmos would just get wiped clean. Think of it this way. Our universe runs on a very specific set of laws. You've got gravity, thermodynamics, the speed of light, the whole shebang. A new Big Bang wouldn't just break those rules. It's more like taking the entire rulebook, throwing it in a fire, and erasing the very concept that those rules ever even existed. And at the absolute core of that rulebook are the physical constants. These are the numbers that are basically hard-coded into our reality's DNA. They decide everything, from how fast light can travel to how strong gravity is. A new Big Bang would just hit a giant reset button on all of them. See, in our universe, things are reliable. Gravity pulls things down. Time marches forward. We can count on it. But in a new universe, it's a total mystery. It's a complete wild card. Would gravity push things away instead of pull? Could time run backwards? Or maybe even sideways in some way we can't imagine? We would have absolutely no idea. So, what would that moment of change actually be like? This wouldn't be a slow fade to black. It would be an instant, total shutdown of our reality as the new one just overwrites it. You can almost picture it like a catastrophic shutdown sequence, happening in the blink of an eye. Step 1, the laws of physics just vanish. Poof. Then, instantly, with no rules to hold anything together, all matter and energy, every single atom in your body, it all just dissolves into nothing. And finally, the very stage of existence, space and time itself, would just collapse. But here's the part that really gets me. You wouldn't experience any of this. There'd be no flash of light, no big boom. A new Big Bang would unravel the very fabric of consciousness, the very possibility of observing anything. It wouldn't just be the end of you, the observer. It would be the end of seeing itself. Okay, so deep breath. From that total, absolute annihilation comes the chance for a brand new creation. So what could this new universe even look like? This is where the thought experiment goes from pure cosmic horror to, well, pure wonder. For a start, who says a universe has to have 3 dimensions of space and 1 of time? The new universe could have way more, kind of like what string theory talks about. Or maybe it would have dimensions that are totally inconceivable to us, completely changing what space even means. And of course, new dimensions would mean completely new physics. I mean, what if gravity was the strongest force in the universe instead of the weakest? Maybe there'd be entirely new forces and particles, building things that are just fundamentally alien compared to our atoms and stars. Which brings us to the biggest question of all, doesn't it? Could life pop up again? And if it did, it would be designed for these totally new rules. It definitely wouldn't be based on carbon. It might not even be physical in any way we would recognize. It would be something else, something profoundly, utterly different. So why does any of this matter? What's the point of this whole mind-bending exercise? Well, it forces us to take a hard look at how we understand creation and our own tiny, fragile place in the middle of it all. Our entire view of the world is built on this one idea that creation was a single thing that happened a long, long time ago, the beginning, a done deal. But this thought experiment makes you ask, what if that's completely wrong? What if creation isn't a static, one-time event? What if the universe is more like a canvas, one that could be wiped totally clean and repainted at any moment with a completely different set of rules and colors? Now that is a staggering thought. And really, that's what this all boils down to. It reframes our entire existence. Maybe we aren't the final product of some finished cosmic project. Maybe we're just one chapter in a book that could be completely rewritten at any time. Which leaves us with one last big question. Is creation a single finished event? Or is it a constant, maybe terrifying, but also beautiful possibility? I'll let you chew on that one.